Okay, so we have changed some things around after observing everybody in the classroom and kind of getting a feel from my point of view of how y'all teach your classes. In the tech room, I have changed some things. Okay, so in the box, there are no longer file folders. I noticed y'all just didn't have time for those in the 30 minutes that you're all allotted. So instead, this house is laid out. So ideally, let's say you are a 2-year-old teacher and you know that next week you're going to teach shapes, numbers, and animals. You're trying to like plan out your lesson plan. You'll come into the binder, and you'll open it up, and the 2-year-old tab is the yellow tab. So you'll find your 2-year-old tab. In the beginning of each 2, 3, and 4-year-old tabs, there is a table of contents. So in the 2-year-old folders, or the 2-year-old tab, we have shapes, colors, letters, numbers, and animals right now. So that could be, YouTube videos, songs, or apps that are on the board. So then ideally what you would do is you say, okay, I know I'm teaching shapes, so let me go see if, the board has any kind of shape tools that I can use. So you'll find the shapes tab, you'll open it up, and it'll give you all the shapes things that it'll have all the apps in there, everything that I have readily available for you that have to do with shapes. And then so say, you're a 4-year-old teacher and you are teaching, I'm trying to think of something that I don't have, emotions in class. And next week I'm teaching about emotions. So you'll go to the binder and you'll look for, a YouTube video or an app that has to do with emotions to use in the tech room during that week. And I don't have anything for emotions as of right now. So then you can shoot me a quick little email and say, hey, I'm doing emotions next week. Can you put together something for me to use in the tech room? So ideally, that's what we're trying to do here. We want to make sure that what you're doing in the tech room reflects what you're doing in the classroom. So I've tried to go through and, come up with everything that the state standards has required you to do. So everything is in the binder now. If something gets lost or you spill something on it and everything, there is an extra file in the bucket. It's divided in 2, 3, 4-year-olds. So if you lose the 3-year-old seasons page or something happens to it, you just go into the 3-year-old file, pull it out, and replace it in the binder so other teachers can use it. We also have a YouTube channel. It is on the home page of your of the board. So when you go on there, there's when you go to Origin, it's the very home page. So when you scroll down, there's a bunch of different tabs. Or created playlist is what they're called. And let me see if I can pull them up so I can read them to you exactly. So you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so the created playlists that we have September videos, which I got from Kim Taylor, the list that y'all got, the First French curriculum for 2017 and 18. So it says, in September you're supposed to be learning all about me. Well, September's almost over. So I did a safety rules YouTube video, and that is under September. But you do have October already to go. So in October, you're supposed to be teaching about fall, about pumpkins, and about fire safety. There are 3 videos that revolve around those things. So when you're teaching them in class, you have the opportunity to teach them in the tech room too, with interactive videos on YouTube. So those are under the October videos playlist file. I was talking about songs. There are songs on there. Let me see what it's called. So the interactive songs, there's 3 of them on there right now. You have a songs tab. So there are videos of Kim Taylor in class with her students. You also have a songs tab that has the lyrics. So if you don't know the lyrics to the song and you want to do the song with your kids, you can. It has the lyrics in there. Just find the song that matches the video. Those are really good to do in class. Like there's an opposite song. There's the World's Family where they talk about, they live in Union City, they live in Tennessee. So I learned those. Those are more 4-year-old skills. So anything that's done in Miss Kim's classroom is going to be a 4-year-old skill. Also, under your songs tab, there's things like the 5 Little Monkeys, Jumping on the Bed. There's those the rhymes that y'all do. Those are going to be under the suggested videos for First Friends. Now, I've sat in class and watched the videos that y'all play and that your children enjoy listening to. So those are going to be under your suggested videos. Another tab is the 4-year-old math lessons tab. That is going to be vital for the 4-year-old classroom teachers to use. It is a completely raw demonstration of how Miss Kim teaches in her classroom. And then the correlating, like in one video, she does her circle time for math. And in there's a touch video. You also touch math. You also have a YouTube video showing you how to do touch math. So things like that are on the YouTube channel. So right now you have September and October videos. And then at the beginning of every month, there'll be a new one. So, for example, in November, y'all are going to be talking about Thanksgiving. And I might add a few things onto there. So this is just because there aren't going to be any Thanksgiving apps. But we still want to incorporate what you're doing in the classroom with the tech room. So one day a week, you'll just, Monday, you'll go over the Thanksgiving PowerPoint. And maybe on Friday, do it again. They're really short. They're like 2 to 3 minutes long. But we just want to make sure that we are using the tech room to the most of our advantage and that what we're doing in the classroom is being reflected in the tech room. So at the very back of your binder, it's a monthly tab. So you do have September, October, November, and it does have the PowerPoints printed out. So if you want to know what the PowerPoint looks like or what is talked about in the PowerPoint without having to go on the internet and look, it is available to you there. Your Tennessee State Standards are still listed in here. Those are very important. Please make sure that you're looking at those. Please make sure that you're teaching in your classroom what's going with those because that's what's going to be available in the tech room. So I'll go over again because there's a little bit of some confusion. When you open up the board, on the bottom left-hand side, there's a circle with 4 squares in it. That is how you access your apps. So when you click on that, if you are a 2-year-old teacher, your apps that you should be using are under the ABC Stacked Blocks icon. The 3-year-old class is a star, and the 4-year-old class is a cloud. Those are appropriate for the age group that you are teaching. If you are in another level, it should only be because your kids are advanced in the classroom and they need to be pushed a little bit harder. But I have noticed that there were some of you that were doing apps that were a little bit too advanced for your children. And that is, when I say a little bit advanced, that is too advanced past the Tennessee State Standards, which we're trying to stay to as much as we can. So those, and I'll put a sign up at some point that shows you which icons you should be using. There's also a folder that has nursery rhymes in it. So I'm trying to find all of the nursery rhymes and videos that y'all do on YouTube and put them in app form, so you don't use YouTube as much, because the board was bought for the apps and the Promethean apps that they offer. So, for example, in the 3 and 4-year-old class, there is 5 Little Monkeys Jumping on the Bed and Old MacDonald. And then there's also a tab with nursery rhymes that has like Itsy Bitsy Spider and Wheels on the Bus. So we want to make sure we're trying to use those as much as possible, and kind of staying away from YouTube, just because it's easier on YouTube for us to do 5, 6, 7 videos, because it's all right there on the side. So the kids just want to keep going and going and going. But in reality, we should only be doing like 1 to 2 videos, songs, dancing songs, every class period, because we want to utilize the lesson plans that we have been given through Tennessee State Standards, and also the apps that have been provided through the Promethean board. So if you have any questions, my email is at the front of this binder, and you are welcome to send me an email. But like I said, we really want to utilize the board to the most of the potential that we have. So I've worked really hard compiling the binder and the YouTube channel. And so I just ask that you use them, you learn to use them, and you watch the tutorials on how to work the board properly. We still are a little confused on where we're supposed to be. And hopefully at some point I'll be able to come in and do one-on-ones with all the teachers. I just didn't want to interrupt class time and do it in front of the children. So hopefully I'll be able to come in and show y'all everything. But like I said, use the YouTube channel for the instructional videos, the songs. If you have a question about something that is in your Tennessee State Standards, double check the YouTube channel. There might be a video of Miss Kim demonstrating it in her class that's for you to use. There's just a lot of stuff between the apps on the board and the YouTube channel that you can use to utilize your 30 minutes in the class. And we really want to stay away from playing 6, 7, 8 videos from YouTube of them just dancing and singing, because that's not what the board was bought for. So, like I said, if you have any questions, feel free to email me. I'll be in and out until about November, I'd say like 10th. We'll say November 10th. I'll be only accessible through email after November 10th, but I will be in and out. So expect to see me in your classrooms. Ask questions if you have them. And if you know what you're going to be teaching in the next couple months, please let me know. Send me an email so I can make sure that you have PowerPoints, you have apps, you have songs, and you have videos to use. Because I don't want you to have to go in there and do shapes every single day. I want you to be able to do shapes, and then numbers another day, and then animals another day, and then seasons another day. I want you to be able to, teach what you're doing in your class, also in the tech room, but in a different way. This is a different technique, a different way to teach, and it gets the kids a little bit more interactive. So I think I've covered everything. The box will be in there. The binder will be in there. Oh, these things. So I have done these laminated popsicle sticks. So they are just for an interactive purpose. You don't have to use them. They are for a little bit, if you have 2 teachers in there that can help you, but it gives the kids a chance to all participate in an app that you're playing. So say that you have an app. They're in these folders. There's only a few of them. So this is your 2-year-old shapes. So according to the Tennessee State Standards, these are the 4 shapes that your 2-year-old should know. So what you would do is you would have one child up on the board playing the game, interacting with it, and then, 4 students on the rug would get a shape. And then when the shape would pop up on the board, you say, who on the rug has the triangle? And then they would have to look at it, recognize it's a triangle, and hold it up. Or you could say, who on the rug has the green square? So you're interacting with the kids that are on the carpet, and you're interacting with the child who is at the board. So we're not leaving all the kids out. Now, I understand that the 2-year-olds don't really pay attention. They kind of run around the room. They are a little bit hyperactive. And that's okay. So this might be a way to get them involved, to get them excited. So there's shapes for every age group. The shapes that are asked in the Tennessee State Standards are the only shapes that are in there. Like I said, those are the only shapes that you should be teaching in the classroom. So they're the only shapes that you're teaching in the tech room. There's also numbers for each age group. And then there is 4-year-old sight words. There's a lot of them. You could even just sit up there, and there's a PowerPoint that goes along with it. So if you hand out the first set of sight words, I think there's 15 in there, and the sight word comes up on the PowerPoint, and you read the word 3, you ask, who has 3? And so they have to look at the word and recognize that they have the word 3. So that's how you interact the children on the carpet with the PowerPoints that are going on. So you do have those, and use those to your advantage. If there is a shape in there that you have taught in your classroom, but is not in the box in your divided section, that's okay. You can review those, but we want to make sure that before they move on to the next class, they know the shapes that are in the box under the age group. So I think that I have covered everything. I know this video is a little bit long. It's not that long, but I really do appreciate y'all taking the time to watch these. Just because I don't get to have one-on-one time with y'all without the kids, and I haven't been able to meet all y'all and understand how you teach in your classroom. So me observing and me showing you my intentions and what we are doing and how everything is laid out is it's a really good way to do it. So I appreciate that you watch the videos. I appreciate that you take the time to do it. So like I said, if you have any questions, feel free to email me or ask me while I'm in and out. If you have any questions on Tennessee State Standards, what you're supposed to be teaching in the classroom, anything like that, feel free to ask me, or you can ask Kim. But y'all are doing a great job, and I'm really excited about the board. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions, and thank y'all.